Bon, on va débloquer notre petite maison d'après ce que j'ai compris. La petite théière.
I'll protect us.
Ah ouais, les persos ils sont un peu mal, hein. Ah attendez, c'est vrai, j'avais des petites brochettes de je ne sais plus quoi qui donnent des PV. 10% des PV max. Et ça? Ouais, ce sera plus rapide je pense, parce que là... Parce qu'ils sont dans la galère les pauvres. Ils sont en souffrance.
Let the show begin.
Ah mais c'est là où j'ai rencontré Child. Pardon. Je suis... Comment on appelle ça déjà? Nostalgique. Bon après faut pas oublier qu'on lui a niqué sa race aussi, mais...
Ah, children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
D'accord.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no, no. You've done so much for Lea Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we
Mais
might
nous avait
give
déjà
you
parlé de la
in
théière, je
return.
crois, en
A
plus.
gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest.
Hmm.
Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you
Ah
often
oui, c'est vrai, on était
camp
parti dans sa
out in
théière.
the wilds.
Pour aller voir les
That
7, je sais plus
simply
quoi.
won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The
Ah ouais, tout ça.
teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
Une
So,
babiole.
in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas.
Oui, bon après,
That
lui
is what
c'était
one might call
son job,
an
entre guillemets.
exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finished...
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh,
Un peu
settle
trop, si
down
vous
now,
voulez mon avis,
children.
un peu trop.
There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most
trop compliqué.
profusely. You would have to dig downward,
Trop compliqué pour
following the
moi.
roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, You just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since
Excusez-moi.
Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is
C'est vraiment
smaragdus
très long
jadeite,
les dialogues par
which
contre.
must be chiseled from the rock
Madame, on
of the
vous aime bien mais
chasm.
vous parlez beaucoup.
Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an extraordinary treasure, and the adeptal
Excusez-moi,
power
je
within
décède.
is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Bah c'est Shenny, je pense.
You're an adeptus,
Shenhei, je sais pas comment on
Granny.
l'appelle mais...
The person you asked for help, they must be an adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose
Ouais,
she
voilà,
does
c'est
count
Shenhei.
as an adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an adeptus.
Paymon toujours... Toujours à la terre des
Maybe
conneries,
so.
genre.
Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Oula, mais qui est-ce?
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yanfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yanfei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together
Carrément, elle
with
sait mieux
Granny and her
l'histoire que moi. Hein.
associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner.
Ouais, ouais,
If we
rattrape-toi,
had,
ouais.
well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
Bah c'est gentil,
All
ça.
right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment.
Mais pour
You'll
l'instant,
have to
c'est tout.
excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this. Ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom.
Ok.
They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Après, ils ont le droit de vivre
My dad
aussi.
did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for smaragdus jadeite. I couldn't find any at all.
Is that so? But smaragdus jadeite is really rather essential. Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Mais est-ce qu'on lit la tête comme ça dans le livre, madame?
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or... Snezhnaya. Ah, found him.
Bah là, il va dire quelque chose aussi près.
A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some.
Go.
Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow.
Ok.
An adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
C'est vrai qu'on enfreint peut-être un peu trop la loi. Il est vrai.
Let's dance.
Du coup, c'est où qu'on doit aller? Attendez, je vais récupérer tout ça. Je sais que j'en ai besoin pour Ningguang. Voilà. Maintenant, je suis contente quand j'aurai Ningguang. Je vais l'augmenter super vite. Ah ah ah. Elle sera trop forte. Coucou Mimi. Au revoir Mimi. Alors. Par contre, elle a l'air d'être longue la quête. C'est censé être une quête secondaire. Je me suis dit, vas-y, elle va être rapide. Pas du tout.
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite...
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao before renting them to her. The contract
business
makes
is
it
business,
quite
huh?
clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhi Qiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course.
Quoi?
This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Xiaochao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll
Ah
mark
bah
it
c'est
on your
super
map
ça,
for
t'es
you.
là, tu loues quelque chose,
Thanks
le
a
mec
lot,
il
Mr.
il
Crossell.
balance ton
We'll be
adresse
off
comme
now.
ça là. Non mais oh. Secret professionnel, non? Je lui donne l'adresse au calme. Dinguerie. Ah bien sûr, mais les escaliers en fait, les escaliers, faut investir dans les ascenseurs, Liu. Bam bam bam. C'est une dinguerie, tu montes pour redescendre. Oula, elle va bien la dame?
Oh, whatever shall I do?
Elle a perdu!
Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Miss Xiaochao? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Non, c'est
I
pas
don't know how it
drôle.
could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice. My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me.
Ouais, ça peut se comprendre, ouais.
But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of déjà vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
Dites-moi pas que c'est une connasse.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Juqiao somehow. True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss.
C'est une connasse.
Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Elle est très rassurante, cette dame.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juqiao looks like she's about to faint.
Bah, tu m'étonnes.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Elle rend les choses trop compliquées, la dame.
Please, don't trouble yourselves over this.
Mais non, mais madame, déjà que t'es endettée,
However much
vas-y,
it
viens.
is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. It's vital that we keep our word
Ça me
and
fait de la
respect
peine.
our contracts. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue, and then...
Honnêtement, je ne pense pas que tu pourras négocier trop quelque chose avec lui. Hein.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
Ah, carrément,
What did
c'est
I
ressentir
feel?
quelque chose.
Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossell's.
Ok. On va la balance du coup ou... Non, parce que l'autre là, elle serait capable. Petite roulade de Lisa. C'était cadeau.
Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Juqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite?
Tu vas te calmer par contre.
I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much.
Ça va se retourner contre lui.
How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
J'ai envie de le taper. J'ai envie de lui mettre un chassé qui tombe dans l'eau et qui se noie. Après s'être cogné la tête.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Allez, let's go! C'est parti! On va s'asseoir du coup. On va s'asseoir où? Où devons-nous? Ouah, on va s'asseoir super loin quand même. Je pense qu'on pouvait s'asseoir ici, il allait pas entendre hein, le monsieur. Ça c'est des vibes de t'inquiète, on parle pas sur toi. Vibe de primaire.
Adventure time.
J'ai cru qu'on allait dans la poussette carrément. Je vais dire ah ouais.
Miss Yanfei,
D'accord.
what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be smaragdus jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions.
Ok.
I don't know if Granny told you this, but smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossell's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Toujours direct.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find
Attention, on
some
n'emmerde pas une
argument to compel
avocate,
us
hein.
to leave. And then, he'd throw the smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share
Excusez-moi, je
them
suis
with you in due
fatiguée.
course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yanfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yanfei.
No problem. Just sign here, And I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Oula.
Contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the
Miss Yanfei,
Je l'aime pas, elle.
I have to ask,
Voilà.
why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around Mr. Crossel. Whether he actually got an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hand. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ha! I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a
Chitou.
If Mr.
Est-ce
Crossel
qu'il
had
est
his ore
Chitou?
worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
C'était une blague de merde, hein. Je suis fière un peu. Ça n'a aucun sens, mais je suis fière. Ah, c'est lui.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter?
Il s'est peu se mettre, hein.
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and...
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in
Je sais pas pourquoi
fact.
j'imaginais la pierre
Thank you,
rouge,
sir. We'll take a look at them.
pas verte.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Ok.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything?
Bah non.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards?
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Alors. Oh, je l'ai poussé bichet.
Miss Yanfei? Might
J'aime
I
bien
be
sa
so
voix.
bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus Jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I
Miss
know the
Yanfei.
nature of the incident on
Miss
this occasion?
Yanfei. Il me fait
I
trop rire.
wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more
Ah, l'autre il vient, il tape la
compelling.
pause là-bas derrière.
If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional
Les PNJ sur
jewelsmith.
Genshin, ils me font trop
Let
rire.
me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it. Sinxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was
Attendez,
quick.
mon pied me gratte.
How come you know so many people?
Je pense que l'information vous intéresse pas.
Because lots of people come to me for
Mais
legal
c'est
advice
réel.
every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible
Moi je comprends
to
rien à
finish?
son travail à la dame. hein. Moi je vous le dis, je suis
Yes,
bête,
well,
je comprends rien.
that's no obstacle because
Je
I've
m'appelle Loupi,
memorized
je suis
all the
con.
legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound
Attendez.
surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know?
Ah oui, c'est vrai, c'est
Oh,
une fille
this has
adepte.
nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Ça peut
Again, with
s'expliquer
that
aussi.
casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
Xingxi. 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 Pardon, j'ai du mal avec leur prénom, je vous jure. Par contre, ils aiment bien nous balader dans la ville. Hein. Mais c'est trop beau, donc c'est pas grave. Après, ça aurait été mieux avec Ningguang.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions.
Pour une
Has
autre
a
enquête.
merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant
Désolée.
from Snezhnaya, no?
Je me bats contre le
Yes, he
sommeil au
came to me
quotidien.
with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Crossell
Wow.
wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Sinxi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need
juste
to
la dame
worry
à côté
about.
de nous.
Just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake
Ah, c'est avec Boubou. Non, je crois qu'elle s'appelle Boubou, la dame. Enfin, la petite.
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Et nous, on signe pas une clause pour dire on a lavé élémentaire et on affirme que... Ah, c'est loin. Je suis vraiment une connasse si je me TP là, non? La grosse flemmarde. Pour faire 10 mètres. Dinguerie. Attendez, on gagne quoi avec cette quête? La théière. Effectivement, ça peut ne pas être... Ça peut être sympa, ouais. Ce serait pas mal. Hop là, allons-y. Allons-y, let's go, tout. C'est parti, les amis, tout. Par contre, c'est vraiment un beau lieu. Oh là là, il y a la maison de ma femme là-haut.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering
Oh, c'est
herbs.
Chi-Chi.
And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document, won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your
Mais d'ailleurs, en
pressing
vrai, est-ce que
business
juste il a
might
pas
be
été, il est pas
related
juste
to the
resté en contact trop
Snezhnayan
longtemps avec
merchant?
sa pierre à lui, vu qu'il avait récupéré, comme il l'a pas donné, et ça lui a altéré la personnalité, et du coup il a commencé à donner des faux trucs, je sais pas.
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
Je pense que c'est ça, hein. Je pense qu'en mode il est juste resté trop longtemps en contact de sa pierre. Je pense qu'en fait de base c'est un marchand honnête. Bah non, parce qu'il connaît la dame. Je sais pas.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
Allez, on va le confronter, le monsieur. Toi là, voleur.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossel, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence?
Ah,
What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question.
voilà, y a un...
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus jadeite and Smaragdus nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all.
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
La bijouterie, c'est quoi? Elle l'a envoyé vers un geôlier? Ouais, bah, du coup, le cottage.
Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs. The one we got from Sinxi of Mingsing Jewelry.
Oui, pardon, excuse-moi, en
This
fait.
document
Oh, je me
proves
fais
that my
engueuler, c'est une
hairpins are the
dinguerie.
real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus jadeite.
Ah oui.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall serve as...
What's this?
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossel, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus jadeite?
I had no idea.
Eh oui.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Ouais,
Oh, so you
d'accord.
knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Elle l'a niqué.
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually...
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Yanfei's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different
C'est
person.
vrai.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus, but after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Jiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
Les go,
All
les
right,
go.
let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original...
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me,
Mais
according
qui
to my
se met à genoux
contract
comme
with
ça,
Mr.
genre?
Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jiqiao, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh,
C'est trop
come
mignon.
on. No need to stand on ceremony.
Les gars, après je vais
Now,
ouvrir mes vœux.
if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yeah.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Allez, maintenant mariez-vous et
Actually,
des enfants.
Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores,
Waouh, voilà,
I
ils vont se
think we
marier, ils
could
vont
do
avoir
some
plein d'enfants
fine
et plein
business
d'argent.
between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Ouais, c'est ça, ouais. Dis juste oui, non?
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
C'est vrai que les moyens étaient plutôt détournés, hein.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
Par contre, c'est moi, c'est très brillant l'écran,
depends on
genre.
your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr.
J'ai
Chow,
l'impression que c'est un
was
peu
to
violent quand
reduce her
même.
liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Oui, mais après...
Someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit.
Je finis la quête et après je... Après je fais mes vœux. Ou quoique... Non, venez, je vais le faire maintenant. Aïe, pardon. Ça, c'est la petite pause vœux. Voilà. Alors... Je crois que j'ai fait le mauvais truc. Je crois que j'étais pas dans la bonne bannière. Mais c'est pas grave, tant pis. On va balancer 10 vœux comme ça. Ouais. 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 Moi je veux le truc... Le truc. Voilà, c'était sympa. J'étais bien dans la mauvaise bannière. Hein. Attendez, non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire. Non plus. Non plus. Attendez, je peux pas transformer. Ah, c'est là. Voilà. 33 vœux. Ok. Bon. On part avec 10. En vrai, 33, c'est pas tellement, hein. On fait des armes, hein. On a des fers du premier coup, putain. Pardon. Je sais même pas qu'est-ce qu'elle vaut, hein. Je vous le dis. Bon, on a des fers du premier coup. Et ça, je sais que ça va faire des rageux. Par contre, elle est belle, hein. Les gars, j'ai une effet du premier coup. Après, c'est parce que je fais pas beaucoup de vœux de base, mais vous savez, c'est la chance du débutant au final. Mais j'ai eu une effet du premier coup. Voilà, soyez jaloux. Soyez jaloux. Oh là là. Je suis trop contente du coup. Oh là là. Est-ce que j'essaie d'avoir Furina du coup? Ou je continue dessus? On va essayer d'avoir Furina tant qu'à faire. On se moque des armes, putain. Oh, mais je l'ai déjà. Allez hop. On réessaye Furina. J'ai une arme, wouhou. Je sais pas du tout ce que ça vaut, mais c'est pas grave. Ok. Et conseillé pour être avec qui la petite arme là? Bon bah c'était sympa. Voilà. C'était sympathique, attendez. Du coup, j'ai une... C'est quoi ça? Oula, attendez, c'est trop inconnu pour moi. Du coup, les gars, j'ai une affaire. C'est une quoi? C'est quoi Dendro? Je sais même pas c'est quoi. En plus, ça se bat avec les catalyseurs, j'adore les catalyseurs.
Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
Elle est là.
Any promising leads?
Oh là là. Mais regardez-moi cette dame, s'il vous plaît. Mais j'ai l'impression, en fait, au fur et à mesure du temps, Genshin, ils ont... Waouh. J'ai l'impression qu'ils ont... Comment on dit? Pardon, je suis choquée. Ah, c'est en profondeur, ok. Parce que je croyais qu'elle marchait sur... Enfin, dans l'eau, mais sur l'eau, entre guillemets. J'ai l'impression qu'ils ont amélioré leurs animations depuis le début du jeu. Parce que bon, quand tu compares ça à ça, tu vois que les mouvements sont beaucoup plus fluides. Bon, aussi beaucoup plus stylés, hein, mais... Même au niveau de la course, en vrai. Genre... Non, c'est la même merde, ça. Alors, pousse-toi s'il te plaît, le garde, merci. Attendez, je récupère mes petites plantes pour le Ningguang que je n'ai pas encore.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus jadeite? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you.
Oui, promis.
I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law,
Je sais pas pourquoi je sens qu'on va la revoir, la dame.
Regulars get discounts too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot. Hmm?
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city. Ah, Liyue is not the same place I once knew.
Oh, bichette.
All right then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on
Pardon, mais leur prénom, leur nom, il me fait rire.
That I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment.
À construire, j'aime bien.
There we go. This serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen.
C'est réel, ça.
Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
Ok. J'ai pas tout compris, mais c'est pas grave. Et comment j'y vais du coup? tout ça. Petite île des tropiques. Week-end à la montagne. Oh waouh, c'est un peu trop lumineux, je sais pas... Je peux changer après ou pas, je sais pas. Pour ça, je pense que je vais prendre ça. En effet, ralenti, ça j'avais oublié. Pardon.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's. There's even a great big house in the middle too. Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that. Well, you're the one with the sword anyway. You do it. Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Bah une maison, Paimon, si tu te taisais, on l'aurait vu. Par contre, waouh, elle est trop belle, Néfer, pardon. Fallait que je reparle.
Well, it seems that we have a visitor. It's a huge finch! Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me... hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be
Bichette,
called
elle est trop
again?
mignonne.
Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby. So you're the little helper Madame Ping mentioned? Madame Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night.
Ouais, c'est quoi un esprit de la théière, s'il vous
Though it
plaît?
is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the
Ouais, c'est un petit
banal matter of
domestique,
their
quoi, au final.
maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will.
Ouais.
Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like.
Je vais faire ma
As
maison
long
comme
as
si
you
j'étais
have
dans
a
les
blueprint,
Sims.
you can refashion this realm however you please. Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some when she gave us the... Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go
Ok.
on, open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary... Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within
C'est
this
compliqué
teapot.
leur truc.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we? I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
J'ai une question. Est-ce qu'au final, on serait pas juste des génies? Dans le sens où on est enfermé dans une théière, on vit notre vie dans la théière. Comment on ressort de la théière?
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders who could that be? I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best you get accustomed to this realm. If there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
Moi, je veux voir l'extérieur. Oula! Attendez. Ouais, ouais. Alors. Ok, ça c'est ok. Ouais. Ok. Ok. Ah, c'est donc pour ça qu'on pouvait taper les arbres. Putain. Moi, je m'amusais à les taper, mais j'avais rien. J'étais là, à quoi ça sert? Ok. Ok. Bon, moi, je vais juste aller voir là-bas. En fait, c'est notre chambre de jade à nous. Voilà. Ah oui, carrément, c'est une map à part, genre. Ok, et du coup, pour partir, il faut juste que je mette épée sur un autre point? J'imagine. Ah, d'accord. C'est pour enregistrer ton truc. Et là, tu peux changer de monde. Ok. C'est parce que j'ai un petit cadeau pour vous. J'ignore si vous avez dit mes intérieurs. Voilà, moi je vais parler comme ton. C'est quoi? C'est dans Tomodachi Life? Non, ils parlent bien eux. Animal Crossing alors. Certaines méthodes pour sceller le royaume intérieur du reste du monde afin qu'il ne conserve pour pas être en danger, blablabla. Et quand il souhaitait inviter quelqu'un dans le royaume, il crée pour cette personne un permis de transit. Ce permis de transit porte la signature de l'énergie mystique du royaume et de l'adepte lui-même. De cette manière, n'importe qui possédant un permis peut entrer et sortir du royaume comme bon lui semble. Ce royaume intérieur était incomplet jusqu'à présent, au stade embryonnaire. Si vous voulez, ceux que vous invitiez n'avaient d'autre choix que de rentrer et sortir avec vous plutôt que d'y rester pendant un long moment. Mais maintenant, tenez, prenez ce permis de transit que j'ai créé pour vous et tenez-le fermement. Ne vous en faites pas, vous n'avez qu'à le tenir, il absorbera votre signature énergétique. Ah oui, j'ai entendu Madame Ping mentionner que vous ne manquiez pas d'amis et créer un permis pour chacun de vos nombreux amis prendrait une éternité, je pense. J'ai donc apporté quelques modifications à ce permis. Tout ce que vous avez à faire, c'est tapoter la paume de la personne que vous souhaitez inviter avec. La signature énergétique restera sur eux, leur permettant ainsi d'entrer et de sortir de votre royaume sans problème. Mais ce n'était pas la peine de formuler de cette manière. Bien, tenez, voici le permis. Vous n'avez qu'à aller inviter ceux que vous voulez. L'endroit ne devrait pas tarder à s'animer, on dirait bien. Moi, j'invite personne, moi. Comment ça, j'ai un monde rien que pour moi, là. J'ai tout cet espace-là. Il veut que j'invite des gens. On est où, là? Non, mais... Non, non, mais je suis très bien en solo. Laissez-moi tranquille. Moi, je me barre. Allez, hop. J'ai fini la quête ou j'ai autre chose à faire? Parce qu'ils m'ont pas dit quête validée. Mais je suis pas en mode multijoueur, les gars. Je comprends pas. C'est quoi ça? Oh. Attendez, je suis perdue. Pardon, à mes souhaits. Excusez-moi.